Okay, I got some new TPMS sensors here on the front. You can see it here. That's it right there. And just comparing that to the back, I just got the new TPMS sensors on the front. So on the back, here's the old TPMS sensors. I'll eventually replace, well, within a couple of months I'll have these replaced as well. But the reason that I changed them is because the car is 9.5 years old. The TPMS sensor is still working fine, but I know these batteries are only good for about 10 years. So I went ahead and just changed them preemptively. Also today, I got new tires for the front only. And I went back with the Yokohama YK-GTX. So, you can see here where these Yokohamas, I don't know if they always do it, but they did it for the last set, and they did it for this set too, or it's that way from the manufacturer. They put the red circle and this yellow circle. It has something to do with clocking the tire on the rim so that you get the best balancing or the best ride quality, no vibrations. So I haven't had it on the interstate yet, so I don't know if they got it right or not. But anyway, in this particular case, they clocked the tire so that the yellow circle is lined up to the valve stem, and they still had to add weights. I don't know if you can see them up in there. There are a few weights. I don't know how many ounces of weights are added to this tire, but in one of my previous videos, I noted that the alignment was out. I had the car aligned, but it just, something's off on the front end. I still haven't, all the way around actually. I still haven't gotten that fixed, but I did notice in just the short trip from the tire shop back to my house, I'm already seeing where the wear is focused on this edge here. So I still have to deal with that. I need to do it soon because this is going to establish a wear pattern very quickly on these tires. I think I'm just going to move these to the back because the ones on the back I really don't care about. These are brand new. These are a $400 set of tires just for 2 tires. So, and they even cut me a little bit of slack on that. I think I got like a $60 discount because the tires were supposed to last like 60,000 miles, and I got like 45,000, something like that. So here's the other side. You can see it a little bit better over here because the sunlight, or the way that the light is coming in at an angle, I have not washed these off yet. So this concerns me a little bit here. To me, that is a lot of weight to be added to the tire compared to what I had before. So I'm already wondering if these things are going to be balanced on the highway or not when I'm doing 75, 78 miles per hour on the interstate, but we'll see. I don't know yet. So again, they've got about, I don't know, 6 or 8 miles on them. I came straight from the tire shop and I'm shooting this video right now. So, and also notice the yellow circle on this side is clocked to the valve stem. Again, that's supposed to produce the least vibration when they're mounting the tire to the rim. I don't really understand the physics of what's going on there, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and right now I'm just going to go ahead and myself do this in my driveway to switch the fronts for the backs, because again these still got some tread life left on them, but my concern is more about the keeping those fronts as pristine as possible. There's less of some kind of alignment problem on the back than there is on the front, so there'll be less damage done. And I have an alignment appointment set up, but that's not for like a week and a half. People are so busy around here, you can't just go into a shop and get your tires aligned. So balanced. The car, you can't go in and get the car aligned. You have to make an appointment. So about a week out or week and a half out, something like that. So this car is a daily driver. It doesn't go down, it's always up. So anyway, that's what's going on with my tires here. I switched the tires, the new ones that are on the back now, It took me about an hour and a half in my driveway, and I've got approximately 200 miles on these tires now, and some of that was interstate mileage. I was doing 75 to 80 miles per hour, so they are perfectly balanced. And the TPMS sensor that I got, that was given to me, not given to me, that the tire shop installed, was the rubber valve type. Seen here, the valve is rubber and it's snap in. I didn't know this at the time I had the work done, but this is good for about 115 miles per hour. I don't drive that fast, so it's probably not important for me, but the car did come with the other style, which is a metal valve clamp in style, and that's what this car came with originally, brand new. So here's that style here, and I wish the tire shop would have given me the choice to go with the rubber or the rubber snap in or the metal clamp in style. I would have stayed with the metal clamp in style, again, since that's what came with the car, and it just looks more durable to me. I mean, yeah. So I'm going to look at the other side because that one is positioned downward, so it's easier to see it. And yeah, I did remove the bra or the front cover on my car. So there it is. More heavy duty looking to me, so I definitely would have chosen that over the rubber style. Not because of speed, just because of durability. And the dealer did handle any reprogramming necessary to get the new ones to function with the existing system. So I don't really know what they did. They handled all that. The cost was $144 installed for 2 of the TPMS sensors, so I still have 2 more to go eventually. And I know what you're wondering, and I'm wondering the same thing. And that is, do they work? So, get in my car and, yeah, I haven't fixed that yet. That's my, oops. Okay, so, to turn the car on and see what we're getting here. All right. Okay. Yeah, those are my air door actuators. Pardon that noise. I haven't fixed those yet. I haven't replaced them. So there are 2 lights that are on my indicators. One is for ABS and one is traction control. Ignore those. I have a wheel speed sensor, I believe, that's out on my driver's side that I need to replace, and that should make those go out. But the TPMS sensor, I can't really see it. It's in black there. So anyway, the tires are properly inflated. What I'm going to do is to let the air pressure out of one of the tires in back, and they're supposed to be at 32 or 33 psi is the standard, is what's called for this car. It's in the door jamb. It's printed on a label on the door jamb. I'm going to drop that back to, say, 28 pounds, 25 pounds, and give it a few minutes and see if it registers. Let me do that, and we'll see what happens. It may take up to, I don't know, 5 minutes or something to register here, because they're battery-powered transmitters. The TPMS sensors are battery-powered transmitters, so the way that they get the batteries to last 10 years is by not continually transmitting. They just transmit every so often to conserve battery life. So let me do that, and we'll see what happens here. All right, so I'm just going to let a little bit of air out of this tire. So it's low anyway. I got 30, a little over 30 psi here. So Okay, that's 27. Okay. Again, I don't know how long it's going to take for the system to recognize that the inflation is low. I think I can just turn this thing to the on position and not start the engine. I think. Okay. So just ignore the air door actuator clicking sound. Sorry about that. So yeah, the engine's not running, so I guess for some reason my check engine light is on for that. There's nothing wrong with the check engine light. If I crank it up, the check engine light goes out. So it may take, I may have to drive this thing around to get a low pressure indication here. So let's, I'm just going to turn the key off for a second, turn it back on, back to the on position. So here is the, I just went out. So again, it's probably going to take some time before the transmitter sends a signal to the system to let it know that the pressure is low. I may even have to drive the car. I may have to crank the car up and drive it. Yeah, okay. Okay, the TPMS indicator here on the dashboard is on the left, and it is a cross section of a tire with an exclamation point in the middle, meaning that your inflation's down or inflation is low. Okay, I don't know how long this thing is going to take to register that low pressure condition on that rear passenger tire. I just decided to air the tire back up to 32 psi, which I've done already, and I'm just going to assume the system's working properly. One thing that I did forget to mention is that the metal style clamp-in TPMS sensor is good for 155 miles per hour per the information that I saw over on Rock Auto, and the rubber style of snap-in TPMS sensor is good for 115 miles per hour. Now, I don't plan to do either one of those speeds, but I would have preferred to have the metal clamp-in style because it just looks more rugged and heavy duty. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching.